Is Pokemon Unite saved? Are we ready to welcome a flood of new players because the balance is clean and no more EX Pokemon means the game is playable? Let's find out with these patch notes. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, comment your thoughts down below. Already got some weird stuff for map balance. Excelgor nerfed, Escavalier nerfed, and then Baltoy buffed. So I imagine these are like the jungle Baltoy only, and they give a lot more experience, but at the cost of Excelgor and Escavalier, and I imagine the math works out to make this experience neutral to maybe just like slightly less experience. So that'd be really funny if like you clear super duper fast and then you actually miss out on like a level 5 evolution for clearing too fast. But I think like jungle is just way too strong. Jungle needs some kind of nerf, so if you actually have to like slow down your clear by 2 seconds, also it means that like by lowering the ceiling and then still distributing the experience where like, oh, you're walking up and getting level 5 or something, because like this doesn't seem like too big of a change with how much experience Baltoy is getting. I think it kind of like makes jungle diff not as bad, and just lowering the power of jungle is a good thing. And I think this is also to make invades less powerful, because it's not like, oh, you got your Scavalier stolen, the game's over. If you actually like lose one of the big camps, you get a lot of the experience back in the smaller camps, which you're not going to be as pestered on, and that makes it riskier to invade deeper for the Baltoy. So I think this is actually just like a fine change, even though it looks like really scary and really weird. Zacian, so here we see the EX nerfs coming through. So boosted damage down, and then agility shield is nerfed. Since like the EX Pokemon like Zacian and Mewtwo launched super duper busted and kept getting like more and more and more nerfed over time, it's like, yeah, actually Zacian kind of close to just regular Pokemon power level. It does have like a really low win rate, but that's because there were just better EX to choose from. So if like you're using your one EX on the worst EX, I don't know, I didn't pay attention to any EX nonsense, but it's like, okay, yeah, this kind of makes sense right here. Same thing on Ho-Oh, we just have little bits of nerfs, but like they're weaker, which is good and balanced. A good damage cut on Tailwind, and then Fire Spin, Sky Attack, Fly. Yeah, that's good. Also, allied Pokemon will only leave a feather after learning Rekindling Flame. That's silly. That you could just kind of like level up in a fight off of like a takedown and then get your allies back. That's not EX power, that's just bad design, but like all that's nerfed. So yeah, we'll see like how the balance goes, since these are just normal Pokemon. Now you can have any amount of former EX on your team. This is also insane. Like this is maybe the craziest part of the patch, where the area of effect angle on Hyper Voice, that those are real numbers. Like just use your thumb and index finger and then like estimate, 30 degrees, which is, or 35, which is going to be like a third of a 90, and you can just make a right angle out of your fingers and just like see how wide it is. That doesn't seem correct, but that's actually what there's no way that's what they did, but that's what they did. I have to go in the game just to make sense of how huge that is. Okay, I'm patching, so we'll get around to that, and then I can put in the thumbnail, because that's insane. But it comes with an 8% damage nerf. But still, like, that's just how balance goes. You take down the ceiling, and then less power, but it becomes more accessible. And even for, like, high skill cap players, they still get more consistency out of it. Pokemon... Wait, what do you mean they're slowed by... Bro, like, this is a support ability now where you take up the entire lane and then you slow enemies by 30%. That makes it kind of weird for... Wait, I wonder if, like, if it's reworked in a new effect, does that mean, like, you don't get whatever the old effect was, which I believe is more damage? Okay, technically more damage because it increases the number of sound waves by 1. We don't have that effect anymore, and the page has reflected that to where it is a rework to remove the extra wave, but then a 30% slow. That means, like, if you tip someone and they were, like, trying to pop off or escape, like, now they're in it, it might mess up timings where you have to, like, tap the stick towards someone if you have, like, more speed, especially while using your Unite. But, like, overall, the range of this thing is absolutely crazy, and we're going to see that. And then, like, the slow? At level 10, like, again, you're just a support Pokemon now, and even crazier, but you still have, like, damage and stuff. Draining Kiss buffed. Baby doll eyes being sure hit. I thought it was that. No, wait. Yeah, I think it was just Skullshine just sending out. Whatever. That makes securing better and targeting better, so that's a thing. Pikachu didn't need a buff, right? Less cooldown on Volt Tackle, so maybe get another one inside of fight, especially if you're doing like cooldown. And then 25% movement speed after. Dude, Volt Tackle's the more annoying, like the most annoying thing it has. Why are you buffing the annoying thing, and then you're making Unite move better? Pikachu was kind of climbing back into being played. Trick Room gets buffed, but no Mimikyu. Nah, okay, never mind. Game sucks still. Like, you're not nerfing Mimikyu. Mimikyu's already oppressive and stupid. I don't even, like, you gotta nerf the other moves and not buff other options. Crazy. Dream Eater, well, that's just like trolling, so you should never play it anyways. Unite move, huge buff on the cooldown. So that's like, yeah, like when you go to the 112 second bracket, like that just changes everything. And then Hex, cooldown when hitting an enemy afflicted with status condition increase, or the cooldown refund. So it goes from 85% to 90%. And I don't know what this means in practice. Like, if you're actually a Gengar faithful, you're going to need to lab it to where, like, does 5% reduction translate to one more Hex inside of a cooldown, like a Sludge Bomb cooldown somehow? Or maybe, like, you don't need Energy Amp to get the extra one. Also, it could just be, like, if you can't just spam on top of someone, you get CC'd, you have to, like, take an extra second to line up a follow-up hit or something. You might just be, like, it's just more consistency. And there might be some weird world with cooldowns and, like, perfect timing where this adds another Hex, or at least makes it more reliable to get a maximum amount of Hexes. So that's just, like, that's actually just a significant buff. We got Buzzwole, Leech Life. Whoa. Okay. We don't have the ratio, because, like, yeah, you can't 5-second Leech Life, but then healing reduced. But, I mean, I'm guessing it's an overall buff towards, like, more healing per second, or, like, healing rotations. Smackdown buff. So, yeah, Buzzwole gets buffed. Crazy. There we go. Strongest character in the game. Definitely needs a nerf. No ratio nerf here on Psycho Cut. That's stupid. Phantom Force slow reduce. No, everything needs, like, sick damage cuts. No, the ratio just need to stay at 200 with a 300 base cut. And the slider went up. There's got to be a world where that isn't... I guess, like, nerfing early game to preserve late game and make it power neutral. Like, at level 10, that's 150 back. And if you have... Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. Like, if you have, like, 100 attack more or whatever, that's only converting to 20 damage. Like, you don't get all the damage back. And it is, like, a significant early game nerf. So yeah, this actually might be significant, and that'd be, like, crazy if somehow this knocks it out of S tier. But yeah, like, you get this at, what, level 5? Losing 300-ish damage at level 5, and then you get 75... Like, you're losing 200 damage at level 5. That's pretty strong. But then also, even some ratio there. Yeah, that's good. It might have a snowballing effect. You get one less kill, you get one less steal or secure on a wild Pokemon. Now you're just a level down from this change. You don't snowball it as hard, and, like, your late game's still slightly worse. Same thing on, like, the base on Psycho Cut. Like, you're not comboing off as hard at all stages. So yeah, like, this might actually just, like, make it slightly worse enough in one fight to not be unstoppable for the rest of the game. It needs more. I think it needs more. That character's stupid. Blaziken, crit chance nerf. Wow, okay. So they're just getting half crit. Blaze? Whoa. Blaziken was... Why is Blaziken getting more nerf than Ceruledge? There's no way. Ooh, Slowbro nerf. So yeah, Slowbro's, like, always been trashed here, but it pub stomps because people focus it. And we can see losing an amount of health, so it's like 10, 20, something, and then, like, out all the way up to, like, Slowbro's not hitting level 15. EXP share, supportive tank Pokemon, whatever. But, like, let's say level 12, 300 less health, and then that goes into its healing, so maybe, like, 500 effective healing. Also has, like, potion interactions and stuff. So, yeah, maybe it, like, it gets bursted a bit more. It's still not worth focusing, but now it's not around. Like, it's just not around as much. And even in, like, earlier fights, it's slightly more killable. Cooldown reduction, I don't even know if this mattered for Slowbro. But yeah, okay. Fix a bug where Dreep and Destroy would target Ceruledge, hit him with Phantom Dive. Oh, so this is a buff to Ceruledge. Great. That's more of what we needed. Wow, no Mewtwo. So, like, Mewtwo was just already considered just a not EX Pokemon, I guess. No Mewtwo nerfs, no Miraidon nerfs. You're just allowed to have both of them on for free. That's a... Nah, devs, I disagree. You need to make those characters weaker. Like... Nah, whatever. Duraludon, some were just bug fixes. Damage buff changed to attack stat buff. On Lucario's Extreme Speed Plus. I get... But... If it's... I guess that needs, like, testing. Or something. Let's see, yeah, damage buff changed to attack stat. But attack stat doesn't scale as hard as damage. And then is like, so like it needs more than like 7.5% attack because of all like the scaling and stuff. It also might have something. Yeah, it's like we'll have to see if this is a buff or not, or that. Shell Bell, healing ratio, healing base up. Okay, so Shell Bell just getting a buff. Tsareena applies bound to unstoppable targets. Oh, they made this like a Slowbro Unite and a Charizard Unite, where Charizard can just yoink you out of Unstoppable. That's an insane buff. That was like Tsarena's only flaw. Well, not only, but like back in the day when Tsareena was like double S tier. The problem is that in like Buddy Barrier meta, or with like everyone using their Unites and becoming unstoppable, that's like, it was just useless. It was actually like, it could just throw the entire game at Rayquaza or Zapdos because it goes to Unite a primary target. They're unstoppable. Now Tsarena's in the fight without a Unite move getting piled on. And then it just doesn't have anything to do. And then it can't disrupt anything. And also, it didn't even do the damage. Like, the Unite just got completely stuffed. Yeah, so it's like, oh, what happened? Where like, I heard the Tsareena Unite move, and then it just immediately died in the fight. It's because, like, its Unite didn't even go off because of unstoppability. But now it's like, wait, it scoops? Like, that's what bound means, right? Bound is the perma hard CC. The hardest of hard CC. Yeah, the slow beam being the bound status effect. I kind of miss when, like, Pokemon Unite first came out, and it's like Slowbro was the only Pokemon that had that as, like, a gimmick. But also at the same time, like, you see this philosophy in League of Legends, especially being applied more recently with, like, Mordekaiser. It's like, no, you can't cleanse a Mordekaiser ult, because that's an ult. Your ultimate ability needs to be, like, strong and preserved, and not being able to get canceled by, you know, just one item or a natural kit. Like, some of those interactions in counterplay can exist. And I thought there was something where it's like, yeah, Charizard just yoinks you out of Unstoppable. Yeah, Charizard doesn't have bound, but at least it can be used against an unstoppable target, and that doesn't just cancel its Unite move. So that was what was happening to Tsareena, but now it also has bound. So yeah, you just like, Tsareena cancels Unites now, like a Slowbro. That's terrifying. But overall, for this patch, like, I was going through some of the other patch notes where it's like, wait a second, they used to make big changes and have like a significant patch. I would expect this, the first patch of Hyper Voltage, to be a lot bigger, especially with like this huge thing of removing EX licenses. Like, this should be the anniversary level patch, or like this is the new year patch, because it's the first patch after Worlds. So now they can finally make some of the big changes they've been sitting on, but didn't want to shake up the metaphor for competitive, especially for removing EX licenses, and they didn't. Like, this just seems like cleanup and some weirdness where it's like, yeah, this is a huge change for Sylveon. We got some reworks in there. It's like, oh, Pikachu just getting stuff. But like, that's what I mean. This is more a little bit of quality of life, a little bit of cleanup. We got a little bit of that, but nothing like crazy. So I don't know if that's going to make the game too much better feeling for more Pokemon. And we'll see how it goes, but there are some crazy changes in here. And I forgot to show Sylveon. Alright, live reaction. Oh my god! It literally takes up the entire lane! What is this? And wow. Alright. that's that now, but... And then, like, I guess we have to see the... Bro, like, the sweet spot is so huge. I'm kind of in disbelief at this. So, yeah, like, that's completely different. Even if, like, you're really good on Sylveon, that's going to take some getting used to. That's outrageous. Also, the Draining Kiss buff is nice, because, like, if you were ever going Mystical Fire, you were just trolling anyways. But then, like, yeah... There might be something about those numbers where it's actually easier to keep them in... The sweet spot does kind of feel a little weird. And you also might need to, like, kite at an angle now to keep certain characters in it a bit more. So, like, now there's, like, a bit of learning curve in there. But it's just wacky now. And then it seems like you get a good amount of that damage back in the Draining Kiss. Sylveon's cracked now. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.